All right, let's make some turmeric-boosted berry nut mix from the Chemo Kitchen Cookbook. Hello there, how are you today? Me, I'm Bob and I'm good. All right, friends, we're in the Chemo Kitchen and we are going to make some turmeric-boosted berry nut mix. This is in the Chemo Kitchen Cookbook and it's so easy to make and it's so full of good and nutritious things for you, for anybody, but especially if you're going through chemo. Full of antioxidants and rich proteins and healthy fats and good sugars and a bit of fiber. So let's get started and let me introduce you to the ingredients we're going to be using today. We have this organic coconut oil, organic coconut sugar, beautiful maple syrup, really nice cinnamon, and some turmeric. We have cashews, pecans, dried cranberries, and dried blueberries. And at the end, we'll finish it with a little bit of sea salt. All right, so let's get going. What do we have to do first? Well, we have to get some things in a pan and get them cooking. Let's do that. Well, we've got a nice 10-inch skillet here, and we are going to get the coconut oil, the coconut sugar, and the maple syrup into this skillet, and over medium-high heat, we're gonna bring it to a bubble. So let's do that. Let's get the coconut oil into this pan. This is 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now, let's get 2 tablespoons of this coconut sugar. That is, oh, that smells so good. And let's get ourselves 2 tablespoons of this maple syrup. Woo! That looks so good. I love maple syrup. All right, let me bring this over to the stove and I'll show you what we've got going on. So what you can see here is on medium-high heat, the oil is melted already. The sugar is starting to melt. Yeah, you see that oil there. The sugar's starting to melt and the maple syrup will combine with the coconut oil. I like to use a rubber spatula for this because it gets kind of sticky, and it seems things will slide off the rubber spatula a little easier. All right, so all we need to do is get this to a bubble, and then we'll add our nuts, the raw cashews and the raw pecans. Now you can find those at grocery stores now, health food stores, online. It's not hard to find ingredients, at least here in the States. Here we go. It's coming to a nice bubble. Let's add the nuts. That looks great. See how the sugars are combining with the oil? It's emulsifying. All right, let's get our cup. So I have a ½ cup measure here. 1, 2, and we'll need 2 of the pecans. How do you say it? Pecans? Pecans? I guess it depends on where you live. Let's coat the nuts. Let the mixture just reduce a little bit. There we go. We're getting to the point where we could add our spices. Take this off the heat and add our dried fruit. Now let's bring in our blueberries, cranberries. Now here we go with our blueberries, ½ cup of dried blueberries. And how about ½ cup here? Now let's see what happens. That's really coating things nicely. Well, let's get the turmeric boost. We need that. 2 teaspoons of the cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of the turmeric. Let's get that melded nicely. Now, what a snack for someone who's having a hard time. Maybe he's got to go to chemo, this week, or it's just something you could make to snack on with your friend. Well, maybe you're going to watch a movie. What a healthy snack. All right, let me show you the Silpat lined sheet pan, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's our Silpat, food grade silicone, and inside is a mesh of fiberglass. Gives it a little bit of body. This is non-stick and such a great tool to have. Parchment paper will work fine. Like I said, I'm a little fancy. Let's get this onto the Silpat. You want some of it to stick together. You spread it out a bit, not too much. This goes into a 350-degree oven, about 8 to 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. Let's pull the nut mix out of the oven. Oh, you can hear that sizzle, sizzle. And look at that, non-stick. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cool for 20 minutes. And we're gonna sprinkle some sea salt on it, and we're gonna taste it. Well, it's been 20 minutes, and this turmeric-boosted nut mix looks really nice. Now, we're gonna do a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, sprinkled. All right. Now with your hands, clean hands, let's just bust them up. What do you think? Oh, let's get into this. Crunchy, not overly sweet. That is good. You've got a friend, a loved one going through chemo, make them a little treat. It's in the book, chemokitchen.com. Thanks so much. To your health.